Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well today. We have quite a challenge before us, but again, it looks worse than it is, so we're gonna walk through it together and it's gonna be okay. I'm not a math girl, so as you can imagine, this will be fun for me too. So if you are hopping on for the first time or checking these out for the first time, this is my weekly challenge hour live. Every week I post a challenge on my Ashley Scrappy VIP page, which is a closed group. However, you can request to join it. I believe there's a link in the description. And I post a challenge in there every Friday morning, and they're due, Thursday night. And I draw a winner Friday morning before posting the next one. So it's just a good motivator to keep us scrapping and get pages done and maybe tackle some challenges that might seem a little scary, like this one. But it's always fun and it's just keeps people scrapping. So, and then every Wednesday, usually Wednesday, sometimes I have to move it, I walk through the challenge with you all. That way, if you're looking at it going, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. If you watch it, maybe it's easier. So we're going to do this oldie but goodie. This is from 2017 on the CM blog. So it goes back a ways. I wanted to do a little digging this time and just find, blogs that we maybe forgot about or, something new and fresh, even though it's an older blog, we've forgotten about it. And just give those a shot, right? So while people are hopping on, go ahead and say hello if you're on, or if you're watching this on a replay, say hello that way as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Please be sure to subscribe and like and, get notifications and all that. I'm trying to build that community up, so I'd love to keep creating with you. In the meantime, I'm just going to do a couple of announcements here. I am doing a card class next week, Friday, February 21st, 10 a.m. at Humanity in Ludington. If you don't know where Humanity is, it is where the old beer camp market was, the Pour, I believe it's called the Pier now. So I'll be in there drinking a yummy beverage from Humanity. It's a great cause, by the way, and creating some cards. However, I need you to register by this Friday so I can make sure I have the card kit for you. And this card kit is fabulous, you guys. I love it. I need to get better about sending birthday cards. So when I got this, I was super excited, and it's motivating me to send them. And I actually created them last night in like less than 30 minutes. So if you've never gotten a CM card kit before, you get a little bag of bonuses. You can trade out titles if you want, like, you can almost see this one on top here. There's this one, like, here's a great big wish for a day full of fun, or you can trade out for a thank you for the wonderful birthday wishes. So you could change it if you really wanted to. There's a few options in there. And I just went through and created some of these fun cards, like eat all the cake. So cute and so fun. So we're going to walk through these together at Humanity in Ludington. And if you want to sign up for that, get with me ASAP. I use some foam squares in this one so it pops up a little bit. That way I can get your card kit ordered and I'll bring everything you need and we'll just hang out for like an hour. It's going to be fun. So nothing too strenuous, I promise. We'll be together. The card kits come with these cute little instructions too. I hardly read them. I just look at them and be like, oh, that's how you put it together. But you sort them out. They have little letters on the back and you sort them so you don't have to guess like what you're doing. And this card kit in particular comes with all these cute little envelopes. And on the inside, it has this cute little lining in it. So I really was pleasantly surprised to see those in there. So if you want to jump in that class, please let me know as soon as possible. That way I can order you a kit. And even if you don't want to join the class, these are for sale on my site. So I would love for you to snag one because these end up being cheaper than buying birthday cards in the store, and they're handmade. So and super easy to create. And they're lots of fun. Like my daughter and I do these every Christmas and send them to people or have them ready for our family to put gift cards in and stuff. So they have Christmas versions. They have different versions all throughout the year. So hopefully I can offer some more card classes as we go, but we'll see. So if you want to jump on that, let me know. Or if you just want to order one, hop on my site or reach out to me. I'd love to help you with that. And then another save the date. I am doing National Scrapbook Day. Sorry, I need to make an official card yet. May 2nd and 3rd. So make sure you save the date on your calendar because I'd love to have you join me. It's gonna be a Friday night from like 5 to 10, I believe, and then Saturday the 3rd from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's gonna be lots of fun. We're gonna celebrate scrapbooking. There'll be prizes, there'll be table gifts. So I'd love to have you there. So save the date and keep an eye out. I did create a Facebook event. So if you want an invite to that, let me know as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know of those few things. And then for today, like I said, we're gonna walk through our challenge here, and I am using this challenge to do our Animal Kingdom pictures from our safari. I have tons of pictures of animals. Like, I took even more than this, and I still weeded out stuff, and I still have 9 pictures from this one safari we went on that I wanted to print and put in here. So this page is perfect because you can fit tons of pictures on one page. So, and this one will be lots of fun because of all the animals, and I can use different colors. So that's kind of what I was going for here. And as you can see, I kind of already sorted my pictures into what row I want them in. And I suggest that because I am not a math girl, okay? I'm just going to be super honest. So looking at this, I'm like, oh my word, there's so much math, and I don't want to measure, and all these things. But I am a sorter, and I am a list maker, so I can work with this, and it's okay. And even if you're not those things, just try this because you can, there's a lot of grace in this. You can do as many or as few pictures as you want, and you can still create a fabulous page. So what I did and what I recommend doing is I listed out each row of sizes on little sticky notes, and I like to use like the edge where it's sticky, and I'm going to stick them to each one of my pages. So, and I do realize that this is for the paper pieces, not the photos. So I am using the paper sizes. That way I know what size paper I need for each of my photos. So when I go to coordinate them, I will know what I want. So like with the line, I'm like, oh, I think I want to use yellow, you know. So, and however your brain works, you can do that too. Or you can go down here and do the photo sizes and stick them on the photo. Now I have more photos than on the page, so I am like partnering some up. I'm adding more in some rows, like up here I have 4, up here there's only 3. So I went through that first because I knew my sizes were going to be different. So just take note of that too as we work here. Yours are going to be different. So I suggest looking at these sizes, laying out your photos. Like, for example, I knew this center row was a little taller, so I had draft pictures. Like, obviously I'm going to need taller cuts. So just do the best you can to sort out, and don't stress. Just, you know, keep arranging. And the other way you can do this too is by you know, looking at your photos and going, okay, I'm just going to work these on a page. I don't have to be straight rows, you know, they can just be on my page. That's fine. So just do it however your brain works and what you think is good and how you want to form it. So I've seen lots of people do lots of things with these. But yeah, I'm just going through and I'm labeling each photo. That way I don't get lost, right? So I know this whole row has to have 3-inch tall paper. So I'm labeling each of those. This is like a 3.5 by 3. This is a 2 by 3. This will be a 2 by 3, 2.5 by 3. And the reason I got these 2 by 3s is because in that first row we have a 5 by 3 paper. However, my photos are gonna be 2 for 1. So I'm kind of putting 2 in place of this big long one right here. So I'm just going through, and I was gonna do this process before I hopped on, but I also wanted to share with you guys kind of how I'm arranging these in case that's helpful for you. So, and the other thing is too, all my pictures are vertical. I didn't take any long. How weird is that? I think it's because I was on this part and I was just holding my phone the same way the whole time. So some of these photos are going to be listed bigger than I have. Like down here we have a 4 1/4 size photo. Obviously I don't have one of those. These are all 4 or less. So those ones I made 4 by 4, or I just did 4 by whatever, and I'm gonna just, you know, straighten them as I need to center them. It's not gonna be a big deal. I'm still gonna get a page done. So I know that there are times we all do pages and we're like, oh, I hate how this turned out, but at least it's done, right? And you can arrange it how you want. You can go back and rearrange, you can, you know, whatever to make yourself feel better. But I just suggest, you know, getting it done. So we're going to work through this one together. I'm thinking about swapping these, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So that way I know all my photos are labeled. I'm not going to get confused later, like, where did I want the lion? Was that down here? You know, that way if they're all 3s, I know they'll go up here. These 4s go here, and then we have these flatter ones and then a 4 right here. So the other thing is, like I said, these are the paper measurements, not the photo measurements. So I know the photos, after I compared here, are going to be a 1/4 inch smaller than the paper measurements on both sides. So I did the paper on purpose because I knew those measurements would vary, and I could, you know, deduct what the photo measurement's going to be because I already know the paper measurements. So, and plus my photos are definitely different sizes than these. So I kind of, in my wiry brain, decided to do it this way. Now, again, I want you to look at these instructions and think, okay, what makes sense to me for this? So don't stress about it, you know, just do it how it works for you. So I am going to take my photos now. I have my base here. I'm going to use black just like in the example here. And I'm going to set that aside for now because we don't need that quite yet. And then I'm going to go through each photo and decide what paper I want to use. So you can get as crazy or as structured as you want with this step. You can do like, I want all yellow on top, or all red in the middle, all green on the bottom, or you can do all the same color, or just totally mix it up like I'm probably going to do. So I have my What a Zoo collections in one little bag here. With lots of different options of scraps and pages. And I also have a newer pack over here in case I need more. So my goal for this was to use up some of the scraps, you know. So I'm gonna look at my lion. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I think I like that yellow, right? So I'm gonna use a yellow for the lion. I'm gonna, you know, kind of go through, and you can do these one at a time too, which I might do because then I can kind of lay them as I go. I'm kind of a visual person, like I have to see it before I know what I'm doing, right? So I'm just gonna make some room over here, and then I'm going to take my black and I'm gonna set it here. I'm sorry if I'm off the screen. I can slide a little bit. There we go. Okay, so for the line here, I know my paper's got to be 3.5 by 3 because my picture is gonna be, you know, 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I have this one right here. This is why I did it this way. I wanted to know what my paper size was, not necessarily the photo right away. So I'm going to take my paper, and this is, like I said, this is how my brain works. I'm not a math girl, so this is how I'm rolling. So 3.5 is what we want our first paper to be. And these are all scraps I'm using, so I'm just using up scraps at this point. That was 3.5, right? And then by 3 is what we want our next cut to be. And the funny thing is, as you do this, you're like, that looks way smaller than I thought it was gonna be, right? So it's all good because I'm just gonna lay my paper on there and know, okay, that's the size of that one. So, and you can just go right down the line. I like to cut as I go because, like I said, I like to see it all laid out. I like to see it put together as I go. That way, if I have to adjust something, I can. So I'm going to take my little lion here and I am going to cut him down to 3 by 2 and, I'm sorry, 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I have to keep in mind, this is where it's going to get difficult because I know this paper is not this size, right? So I'm going to peel that up and probably just set it here for now. All right, so we know that's 3.5 by 3. And what I need to remember too, and this is a good tip for you, the first number is how wide it is and the second is how tall it is. So we're gonna cut this at 2 and 3/4 first. So like I said, this layout's gonna be a little tedious, but once you have it together, it's gonna feel very good to have done. And then 3 1/4 is what we need going this way. I just wanna make sure, and I apologize, you're probably gonna see the top of my head quite a bit today. So there we go, there's our first one right there. Success. All right, we got one down. So now I'm gonna go to the next one, and it's gonna get annoying because I'm gonna be trading out trimmers because I like to use that one for photos and this one for paper. It doesn't really matter. I do know photos can dull your blade quicker on this one because it's a rotary trimmer, not a guillotine. And this one I think you can use paper on too. I just like to use paper in here because I have the bigger measurements. So just take note of that. It's okay if you use photos in this, but just know it'll kill your blade a little faster. So, because photos are glossier and thicker. So, all right. So our next photos, we have 2x3 and 2x3. And again, I'm gonna see ahead of yellow. I'm gonna decide like, maybe I like the zebra next. I don't know. So I'm just gonna look through all my papers here. And maybe I have some sort of scrap that's already in that ballpark. So I have like these drafts too, which I'm obviously going to use probably on the drafts. I could mix it up and put one, you know, somewhere else too. We have this, which is already a 2 and some. Somebody will hold that one out. I do like this paper a lot. I have some mats stuck in here too, which some of those might work even for a few things, so I'll probably pull those out. But yeah, I have all of these little scraps, and obviously a lot of these are too small, but some of these big ones I'll pull out and have on hand. Might just help to pull them all out. So this one I have titles on, which might be fun later. Set that one aside there. So yeah, I have some more titles here that I had pulled out from another layout. And again, mats can come in handy here, especially if you have like these, that the photo will cover the journal box. So those can be helpful here, or if you need a title of some sort. So I'll set those aside. And then I had some Fast to Fab paper here, so there's like these little weird edges on it, but I could cut these down perhaps. So yeah, we're using up some scraps today. That's how we're rolling. So I also have this leafy page here. It wasn't part of the zoo pack, but I'd thrown it in here to use for something Animal Kingdom, I'm sure. So they all just got put back together. But if I need to dig out a bigger piece, I will. So my goal is just to use up a bunch of my scraps. That's what I want to do. So I think I like the zebra, or maybe I like, let me find, I like the strip in this one. Oops, sticking on there. So we have a couple options on both sides here. Sorry, I have a lot going on my table, so I have to branch out. All right. Alrighty. So we know we need a 2x3. I like both of these. I don't know. So it does work that way. So this photo is actually going to get cut down to a 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we know it'll fit. So this paper is actually already pretty close to that 2 mark. So I'm probably going to cut it to 3 first. Actually, I'm going to go this way. And then cut it down from there. Just so my longer cut's not this big, giant long cut. And then a 2. And again, this is how I'm filling that 5-inch photo gap there, because I didn't have one that was wide enough, but I had too many photos to fit here. So, sticky note's too good. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut my photo down. And again, I'm just doing this as I go. You can do it all the paper first and then go back into the photos. I'm going to cut this down to 1, but I'm just going to cut one edge off first. Oh, we want 1 3/4, right? And now we need 2 3/4. And oops, I didn't go quite far enough on the 1. I went to 2 3/4. I cannot. That looks square. It looks super narrow, but look at that, it fits. All right, and again, get rid of my trash here. We're gonna do it again with this one. I think I'm gonna use this brown. I like the brown. I know it blends in with the black a little bit, but that's okay. So again, I'm gonna go and do my 3 cut first. And 2. All right. Here's my Post-its. And then we're gonna do, again, 3 3/4 by, oh, there's another rhino laying in there or something. Just want to make sure I know where I'm cutting. So 1 3/4. We're going to cut part of that one rhino off. Okay. By 2 3. There we go. There's another one. So yes, it's just, once you get going, it's not bad. It's just tedious, that's all. So you just gotta keep plugging away at it. All right, next we have little elephants. It's a little bigger than these two. And like I said, I like to lay these out as I go. And our paper is gonna be 2.5 by 3. So, I'm gonna go back over here. Kind of like the zebra paper. Let's see what we got here. 2.5 by 3. Looks like that would be doable. The other paper I had my eyeball on for this one because I like that turquoisey blue. He's standing over with the water. There was one in here, and it might be. Just seeing if it might be an option. The thing is, it's a whole piece, so I have to be okay cutting it apart. Do any of you guys ever hang on to a piece of paper because you're like, I don't want to cut this apart? This one's really pretty. And it matches pretty nice. That side's pretty too. I think I'm going to go for it because I've had this paper forever. So, 2.5. I'm going to need more pieces anyway. Throw in 2.5 by 3. It looks so small. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is that right? I feel like that's not right. Oh, interesting. It might just look smaller because that was supposed to be a 5. Okay. That's all right. It will work. Yeah, 2.5 by 3. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, like I said, as you cut these, they're gonna look smaller than you bargained for. So that's the nice part about those photo trimming templates is you can set them on top and see what size it's actually gonna be. All right, so we need to cut this. And let's see, 3 is the tall way. So 2.5 is our length, meaning 2 3/4, right? No, 2 1/4. Again, math is not my thing. I like to keep some of that water in there. And then 2 3/4. Trying to meet halfway on this one. Just making sure I'm on the right track. Okay. 2. There we go. So our first row is done. Look at that. Alright, so we're just going to keep on plugging the same way we've been going. So next we have our giraffe, and I already know what paper I want for him. He's going to be a 4 by 4. So, I have to use this one. Let's see which way we go here. Doesn't really matter. 4. Trying to stay in the screen as much as I can. It's a little hard because I have a lot going on. Once I get all these pictures laid out, it won't be so bad. Alright, so there's our 4 by 4 piece. And, oops. Now we're going to trim Mr. Draft down to 3. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Let's see how much I can salvage here. The hardest part is definitely the trimming because I don't want to trim things off. He's going to be fine. It's all good. 3 3/4. And there's a dude's head right there, so I can cut that off too. Got in my shot. There we go. And there's our giraffe. He's gonna go right there. All right, and we have another giraffe. Now, I don't know if I want 2 giraffe patterns in a row, so I might do this green. I like the green. And this mat's gonna be 2.5 by 4. So, oops. I know we already got the 4, so we're good there. And then 2.5, and again, it's gonna look so small by the time we're done with it. Okay. And now we're getting lots of pictures over here, so that's helpful. So then we're gonna cut our picture down to 4 tall, 2.5, or sorry, 3 whatever, but you get my drift. So 3 3/4, and then 2 1/4. Perfect. There's him. I'm just amazed I haven't screwed up yet. I probably shouldn't talk because now I will. All right, there's still time. Okay. All right, and then next we have this cute little elephant. And what do I want to do with him? What do we got going on over here? He's a 4x4. I just don't know if that would work. It's gonna be too narrow. Yeah, that's gonna be too narrow. Unless I go this way, that's not bad. I think I'll use this blue. I already got 4 one way, so we might as well just do the other way and be done. There we go. And I'm cutting this down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Oops, did I go too far? Ha, told you there was time to screw up. Oh boy, I wasn't thinking. That's okay, we're gonna make it work anyway. 3 3/4. As long as we got the height right. And even if the mat's a little wider, it's all good. So yeah, I cut him a little too narrow. So let's cut another, just a 1/4 inch off of this. Oops. Nah, we'll reconcile it. There we go. Like I said, there's some grace here. We can fix it if we need, because our photos are all different sizes anyway, so it's okay. As long as you have the same height across the rows, if you want even rows, then it doesn't matter. All right, bottom row, guys, we're getting there. All right, so we have a 4x4, a 3x2, and another 3x2. So this is where this narrowing happens. So we have a big photo, and this one, of course, is like a 5. It's a bigger photo, but all I have are vertical, like I said, so that one's gonna get cut down. And then I'm debating if I can even make these longer then, since, which maybe I will. I might adjust this a little bit. So let's just cut our photo first, actually. And maybe, no, I want 4 wide. So our mat's actually going to be a different size too. So we're going to do 4 wide. We're going to have 4 tall too for the math to work out. You know, math. So let's do, it's going to have to just be 4x4. Either way. So that's all good. There's a 4x4. I wonder if I can make my mat wider though. Let's see. Without it looking too weird. We might have to go like 3. Oh wait, we have to keep the same height, right? The mat has to be bigger though. Okay, I'm trying now. Oh, math, it's so fun. Okay, so our mat is gonna have to be 4 1/4 by 3 or by 4, I believe, right? Yes. Yay, math. Let's see what we have here. Like I said, I have all these random Fastifabs here that I might be able to work with. I do really like this blue. I might use another one of these, which would be just fine. It's not really blue. I guess it's more of like a turquoisey teal, more teal color. Okay, so now I gotta think in my head again. So we're gonna have a 4 tall mat by a, you know, that size. So I'm gonna do, just for the sake of my sanity, is cut 4, and then, yes, that would work, right? Yep. And then we need okay, that's 4 wide, so 4 1/4. So yes, just adjust if you have different photo sizes. Just adjust as you need to. You're probably way better at math than I am, so it's fine. And I like this size too, or this side too. Maybe I could always flip this if I want to do a different look here. I think I like that. All right, and then we have our 2 narrow ones. These are gonna be 3x2s, and then I'm gonna need another piece for like a title here. So my photos, and maybe I'm gonna go the other way this time. I'm gonna cut my photos first because this part is so different. Just for my brain, I'm gonna do it like this. So let's see, we need, this could be too tall. So too wide, right? So really we need 1 inch and I want to keep those guys in the back there. 1 3/4, right? Right. Of course. All right. And then, oh goodness, my head. 3. We want 2 and right about there. It's gonna look crazy small, but we're gonna put these guys side by side. And the same for this one. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there is like a bird in this nest here. It's one of those, I don't remember what it's called, like an African bird. And they pointed out, and I wouldn't have even seen it unless they stopped and pointed them out, but I guess it's a she. So, I had to get a picture. This is 2. And then, let's see, how big was this one? This is where the mat comes in handy too. This one was 2, and which part of me is like, I could use a different size just because I'm going to have to fill all the space. So I might go off book here a little bit. So right now we're at a 4. I think I'll do like a 3 3/4. This is not a true size either. Perfect. So I'm going to have to make a mat that's like 4 by 2. 4 by 2, right? Yes. This is seriously the hardest part, is all the math, I promise. So I'm getting good with my photo trimmer now. So I'm going to find some more. I like this. Oh, I like that too. I'm going to use that side for the bird and that side for... Okay, so this one will be a 3 by 2 still, correct? Sure. So let's do 3 this way and 2 this way. Just gonna make sure. Yep. Couldn't remember what all I changed just now, so perfect. So yes, this layout only hurts your brain for a minute, don't worry. Then you gotta think a little hard again. Okay, so I need a 4 this time because I made this photo longer. A 4 by 2 by 4 by 2. All right, so that should be what I need right there. Look at that. All right, now the next little part we need to do is we have this little piece right here, and that one, let's see, it's gonna be row 3. I know this photo is a 6 by 2, which obviously mine are different. So, this is a 5 by 1 3/4. Right. Just making sure my photos are still gonna work with that number. I believe so. All right. So I have to decide what kind. I like the footprints. Those are cute. I might go with those little animal tracks. So just looking at my numbers again. I have to look really hard at numbers, you guys, because I am not a math major. I'm definitely an English major. So that'd be 5 by 1 3/4. I think we're gonna keep that one the same, and if I need to trim it down, we will. So 1 3/4 by 5. I'm gonna cut the 5 first because I feel like that's gonna be easier to go off of. And 1 3/4, right? Here we go. It's gonna look shorter, and that's okay because we're gonna add another little bonus piece here. That's gonna have like a cute little decor on it, which it still looks too short to me, but you know. Oh, it's because I forgot we shortened this picture. That's all right. We'll just add a little square here probably. That'll work, and maybe I'll do that at the end because then I can hold it up there and see. I'm more visual for sure. I do not like to crunch numbers. I just look at it and go, that looks good. All right, so now that we have everything cut, minus our little square here, I am gonna start sticking things down, and this is where you're gonna watch it come together, and it's gonna feel so satisfying. So we got our little lion. We can remove our little sticky notes now. That was more for my own sanity. Like I said, whatever works for your brain, do it. If it has to take sticky notes, do it. Or if you can just look at it and be like, I want this here, perfect, go for it. And then making things even for me too is not my trait. I cannot hang things up straight on my wall. I can't put things straight on a page. But that's okay, it's my book, so whatever. Alright. There's our little lion. And again, this is just a little tedious thing. You have to go through and stick them all down. You could stick them as you go. I'm one that likes to see everything laid out and then stick things down. So, trying to decide how much space I need between. Ooh, I got lots of space to work with on this one. Probably gap those out a little more, just so they don't look weird on one end. Perfect. And this is a great layout to use up, like to do a page where you have tons of photos. Like, in order to use all these photos, I would have had to make like 3 pages probably if I left them all full size. But since it's like a safari and some animals are really close and some are far away, I was like, I could trim these down huge and not use up so much space. So this way, they can all go in this cute little page I'm making. So I just have one safari page. Especially since this was our second safari of the trip. Like, Animal Kingdom is my husband's favorite park. At least at the time. I think now he's an Epcot kind of guy. He wanted to go there on his birthday, and then at the end of our trip, we kind of changed plans. We were going to end at Magic Kingdom, but we were all just so, like, peopled out. And, like, we just wanted a more relaxing vibe, and Animal Kingdom is definitely that vibe. So we did that instead. So this was our second safari, so I didn't feel like I needed to elaborate a ton on this one. Plus our first safari was so amazing. And this one was great too, but like the first safari we went on, we heard the lion roar, which was so cool. And we heard the elephant's trumpet, and our guide was like, this is like the second time I've ever heard him trumpet, and I've been here like, I think she was there 4 years at that point. So yeah, it was really awesome. Like, this one was fun too. We got to see all the animals and all that, but it was also like not as cool as the first one, which you can't ever expect that in a safari, to have like a lion roar at you and stuff. It's just cool to see the animals, but so I feel okay squeezing them all on one page here, just because we already scrapbooked this once for our book. I just wanted to also document our second safari, so we remember, you know, oh yeah, that's right, we did the safari again. And I got like really good shots on this one, which I loved. I love getting close-ups of the giraffe and the little elephant eating there. So I was able to get some really good pictures on this one, whereas the other one I was kind of sitting behind a person. So I got good photos on that one too, but I felt like I couldn't get as direct shots. So I definitely wanted to document it again. Oh no, I might space those out a little bit better. And again, you might have to go back and like space things out differently. Like this, I could tell like, oops, I went too close there. So you can balance it out if you need to. Okay, just trying to keep an eye on my time. Oh yeah, this one's taking longer than usual. So I'm gonna hopefully get this wrapped up for you guys, so you're not watching the whole hour. It's all that mathing. It took me a minute. Plus I went off book. I did not stick to any of the measurements that were suggested in the instructions. But that's the beauty of this layout. You can adjust it how you need to for your photos. So don't feel like you have to like follow the measurements 100%. Oops. Okay, my cats like to jump up here because they're naughty. And I'm pretty sure there was cat hair in that one, but that's okay. Gotta love them. Perfect. And I might do more of my embellishing and titling off camera, and then just share my page with you guys when I'm done. That way you can see the completed project later. It's kind of fun to be like, I wonder how that page turned out, and then go look back and check and be like, ooh, I like that. All right, so for my title, I think I'm just gonna put safari. And as you can see in our example here, they just have this cute little, I heart my team. This is obviously a football layout. I'm not doing a football layout, I'm doing a safari. I just gotta make sure I have all the letters I need. And I like these stickers. They're from the Tropic Time collection last year. And so I don't think you can get them anymore, but I like them because I like alphabet stickers, just because I don't have to go cut something out of my Cricut. It takes me so long to cut things out of my Cricut and then stick it all down. So I will prefer to use title stickers or alphabet stickers if I can, just because it's such another tedious process with the Cricut. And I know a lot of people can just do whatever and they use a vinyl transfer tape or whatever. I don't use it enough, honestly, so I just go with my alphabet stickers. So what I like to do is go, okay, I have an S, I spell it out. That way I know I have all my title, or all my things. S-A, F, and of course we're not in order. Yes, oh, there's an F here too. A, another A, R-I, right? R-I should be fine. These are fairly new. Just want to make sure. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna do here, and maybe before I do that, I'm gonna look at my cute little animal stickers, because I want to layer my titles a little bit too. I don't want to just stick them on there. So I might find something to layer them on. And I have all these cute little animal stickers. Uh-oh, actually I peeled a penny when I did that. My bad. Kind of slid it in there. So I could stick some of these on there to serve as more of a background. I do like these little leaves that I had used at one point. So sometimes what I do too is I'll stick my title on there and then slide other things underneath. So I think I'm just gonna lightly put them on there. I'm not gonna stick them down too hard yet, just because I might move things around. Hopefully I'm spelling safari right. It's funny because I'm like, I know I spelled safari, and then I look at it, I'm like, that doesn't look right, but I'm pretty sure I'm good. A, R, little quickly here for you guys, so you don't have to sit here all morning. Hi. There we go. Safari. Alright, so I'm done with those. Set those aside. And I can kind of decide, like, what do I want to do here? We have all these cute little options. We did see ostriches. I didn't get a picture of them though. I think the first safari I got a picture. I don't know if I want anything as big as like a rhino. Like I said, I do like these leaves, and I obviously had made a border at one point and I had to trim it off, but I save them because you never know if you can use them again later. Can use them over here maybe. Yeah, I might set those aside and see if I can use them at some point during this page. Or I have these little leaves, these monstera type leaves that might help. Again, the green now, it's kind of throwing me. So, I'm running out of stickers for zoo stuff. Let's see what we got in here. We have a little tiger. Must have used up all my lions. I think the ostrich is cute. I might try to use her or him. Just to add a little something underneath my title here. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. I think it's cute. Alright, and then we can always go back and add this other square here. And I'm going to have to decide what I want to do there. I'll probably do that off camera. And then you guys can come back and check it out. I like this, the draft here too. Probably I'll add something here. And then for my little side here, again, here they use, I kind of got it covered by this row here, but the little star, back then they had like a star border maker cartridge back in 2017. So I do have like animal tracks. I have different things I can use there, but I think I'm going to use up some of my little animal track stickers I have here. So I think I'm going to sign off, and then I will go ahead and post my completed page later so you guys can see it. Again, I'm going to fill in the space here with something, we'll see, and I'll show it off when I'm done. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget, if you want to make this page, the instructions and all that are in my Ashley Scrappy VIP group. So depending on where you're watching this, make sure you follow the link in the description and then follow my group, and you can get challenges every week and then win prizes if you submit them. But make sure you submit a picture of your page to the comments of that challenge post in the featured section, and I will draw Friday morning. So you can win a cute little pack of embellishments or stickers or something. I have a whole box of prizes over there. So thank you for watching. Again, if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and follow me. I'd love that. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Can't wait to see what to do.